Hi everyone, welcome to a Konveyor meetup. Today we have Yasu Katsuno who will be present to us on the latest tool in the Konveyor community called Tackle-DiVA. So before I hand it over to him, just wanted to let you know that, or remind you, if you have any migration stories or modernization and migration stories, and you want to share any lessons learned from those projects, feel free to reach out to me and we'll get you set up to present to the rest of the community. Always on the lookout for more stories like this, so please don't hesitate to reach out. All right, and with that said, just some house rules. You can put the questions in the Q&A section throughout the presentation, but we probably won't get to them until the end of the actual presentation. Aside from that, feel free to use the chat to ask any other questions that are not necessarily related to the presentation. And I will send out the slides and recording probably 24 or 48 hours after this meetup. So Yasu, it is all yours.
Yes, thank you, Jonathan, for the nice introductions. Let me share my screen. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Yasu Katsuno. Today, I'd like to introduce Tackle-DiVA tool, new tool in Konveyor Tackle. Here is today's agenda. What is Tackle-DiVA? Let's try it out. Explorer analysis result. First, let me briefly introduce myself. My name is Yasu Katsuno. Please call me Yasu. My profession is researcher. Researcher in IBM Research, Tokyo laboratories. My research interest is transaction, especially distributed transaction processing. In addition, application data modernization, microservices are also hot topics in my mind. So let's go to the Tackle-DiVA's world. What is Tackle-DiVA? And before dig into Tackle-DiVA's, let's remind Konveyor. Konveyor community has attractive 5 projects: forklift, crane, move to queue, tackle, payloads. Tackle-DiVA joins this tackle project that aim at refactoring applications. Here is another view, developer's view. Left side is the input. Developer wish to migrate existing applications to Kubernetes, brand new world. Developer has 6 choices: rehost, replatform, refactor, retain, retire, repurchase. Tackle is this refactor part. So here is the overview of Tackle-DiVA. DiVA stands for Data Intensive Validity Analyzers. This is a new tool for Tackle project. It is a CLI tool built by Java, Python. We call it Data-centric application analysis. Data-centric shows DiVA's characteristic. What is a data-centric? We have two target resource, three target analysis viewpoint. Two resource is database transaction. Three is inventory, dependency, recommendations. Here is Tackle-DiVA's flow, simple flow. Input is target application source code. Output is analysis result file. That format is JSON dot file. Current Tackle-DiVA has 7 analysis engine, data-centric engine. So this is the current status. We plan to append a new analysis engine as 8th or 9th engine for broaden data-centric analysis scope. Let's check major data-centric analysis. First is data inventory analysis. Left side is the input application code. And DiVA can extract what database tables are used in target applications. This case, DB1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 database tables are used in applications. How Tackle-DiVA can extract that? And Tackle-DiVA analysis application code that get access to database. And one of typical cases is SQLs, database SQL string. Tackle-DiVA analysis SQL operation in application source code and find out what database tables are used. Second analysis is database to database analysis. We also call it database dependencies. In previous analysis, we found target application use 5 database tables. This database to database analysis reveal dependency among database. This case, database 1, 2, 3 has dependency, DB4, 5 has dependency. DiVA analyze SQLs that has a dependency. Typical SQL operation is a join. So SQL join operations realize multiple database operations at once. That is when one SQL use join operations for DB1, DB2. Then we found DB1, DB2 has dependency. Let's move to the second target resource, transaction. First is inventory. So let's assume 12 SQLs are found in application code. Let's consider SQL execution order is this SQL number 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, 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 12. DiVA categorize a set of SQLs as transactions. We define transaction is a set of SQLs that start, begin transaction, finish, commit or rollback. This case, SQL 1, 2, 3 is transactions. How to extract that? Transaction boundary. DiVA try to find out transaction boundary code. Transaction boundary means begin transaction, commit, rollback. Such fundamental transaction expressions, Tackle-DiVA find out its transaction boundary. So this case, commit or rollback is described after SQL 3, before SQL 4. Then there is transaction boundary between SQL 3, SQL 4. Second transaction viewpoint is dependency. Transaction to transaction analysis. It is similar with previous database to database analysis, database dependencies. Input is transaction. Transaction 1, 2, 3, 4 are executed. So output is dependency. Green arrow. Transaction 1 has transaction 1 depends on transaction 2. Transaction 3 depends on transaction 4. Why can Tackle-DiVA recognize that, find out that? So that is also SQL. Debug check what database tables are used in each transactions. This case, transaction 1 transaction 1 has database table 1 as write access. Transaction 2 also has write access to database 1. In such case, same database table 1 is from transaction 1, transaction 2. That is, transaction 1 should be executed first. Transaction 2 needs to wait until transaction 1 is finished. So it is quite important to keep data consistency. So, the other hand, transaction 1, 2 does not have a dependency with transaction 3, 4 because there are no such database operation dependency. Finally, third point is refactoring recommendations. And traditional monolithic applications tend to synchronous serial execution of transactions. Synchronous sequential means this case is transaction 1, transaction 2, transaction 3, transaction 4 are executed in serial manner, this order. But, okay, and this serial manner is good, nice choice in monolithic world. But Kubernetes is a distributed world, so it recommends parallel execution for performance improvement. So Tackle-DiVA find out the recommendations to translate from synchronous serial execution to asynchronous parallel executions. Transaction dependency is transaction dependency analysis. Result is used in these recommendations. That is, I mentioned transaction 1, 2 depend, transaction 3, 4 depend. So, we can execute transaction 1, transaction 3 in parallel because there are no dependency So this parallel execution does not break data consistency. That is DBA's major analysis functions. Let's try it out. So, to the summary, very thanks to Docker container, debug installation executions is quite easy, quite simple. First is installations. So, Tackle-DiVA is built as a Docker image. So, you just prepare Docker runnable environment. That is Docker installed Red Hat Linux, Docker installed Ubuntu, or Docker installed MacBook Pro. So, installation step is just to kick Docker build command as follows. So, it means you don't need to additional software into your servers. And this Docker, this Tackle-DiVA installations does not have any side effect to your environment because it is just create Docker image for Tackle-DiVA. Next step is executions. Oh, it is also easy because you just prepare application source code. This case, sample data 7 code cloned from GitHub. Then, you just kick diva docker command. Then, analysis result files stored on output directory as follows. You can easily install, execute Tackle-DiVA. Okay, final sections. Let's dig into actual analysis result. As to the target applications, I chose Data 7. Data 7 is a famous benchmark applications. So it is well used performance measurement. Why I chose Data 7? Data 7 application has a database operations and atomic transactions because the stock exchange is crucial for considering data consistency. So, this Data 7 implement transactions data operations perfectly. Let's check Data 7 analysis result. First result is database inventories. Yeah, it's simple. You can see 6 database tables: order EJB, holding EJB, quote EJB, account EJB, keychain EJB, account profile EJB. These 6 database tables is used in Data 7 application. Let's check transaction analysis result. So, original transaction result and stored as a transaction summary file. As you may know, dot formatted file is a machine readable format, but not a human readable format. So, Tackle-DiVA also generate a PDF format that translate from a dot file. So, you can see the tiny box. Let's zoom in blue box part. So it shows the transaction group that calls from API, public API. So it can see TX1 to TX7. It consists of 7 atomic transactions. First, let's check top middle part. So you can see trade up servlet do post action registers. So it shows let's call it register API. This register API is implemented as a servlet, Java servlet, and use do post. So this one box is 7 transactions called from one register API. Let's go back to the overview. So let's check light blue box. Zoom in. You can see TX6 and TX7. TX6 it start begin and end commit. And for SQL operation, select, insert, select, update operations executed to keygen EJB tables. And you can see RW set. And left, so the left keygen EJB is read operated tables. Right keygen EJB is right operate database tables. And the TX7 is similar with the TX6. It has a read operation to keygen EJB, write operation to keygen EJB. You can see arrow from TX6 is TX7. It shows the TX6 and the TX7 has a dependency. So because the same database table, keygen EJB, used in TX6, TX7 for read and write operations. That is, TX6 should be executed first. TX7 need to wait until TX6 is completed. Let's check on the left transaction, TX1 to TX5. So you can see the TX1, TX2 is executed in parallel. Originally is TX1 to TX2, but DiVA recommends to execute TX1, TX2 in parallel. And the TX3 and the TX4, TX5 is executed in parallel. Let's check why such parallel recommendation is done. Here is the TX1, TX2, TX3. So the TX1 is read access to account profile EJB. Write access to account profile EJB. TX2 is write access to account EJB. So database tables is different. TX1, TX2. Then those transactions can be executed in parallel. And let's check TX3. TX3 has a read access to account profile EJB, account EJB. So TX3 need to wait until write operation to account profile EJB by TX1 and write access to account EJB by TX2. So DiVA refactor transaction as TX1, TX2 in parallel. And the TX3 is keep sequential manner. And so, here is a TX3, TX4, TX5. So, TX3 has write access to account profile EJB. And TX4, TX5 has read access to account EJB. So TX4, TX5 need to wait until TX3 is completed. But under TX4, TX5, both of them are only read access select. So under TX4, 5 can be executed in parallel. And that is actual result of a DiVA. So the DiVA can provide this kind of data-centric analysis for database transactions. Finally, Tackle-DiVA is one tool in Konveyor communities. Konveyor community has a lot of attractive tools in addition to Tackle-DiVA. So please join Konveyor community and check other tools. That is all of my talk. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much for going through that, Yasu. So a question I had was how long has this been around? I know you guys just open sourced it and contributed to Konveyor, but has it been around before this?
Yes, yes, and this is an open source tools for Konveyor. We think and this kind of a data-centric tool is a unique tool for in applications, and this result is will be useful for other tools. So that is a reason to provide it as an open source tool, and so that other tool can easily use it.
Okay, let's see. I think I have a question here from James. So before I tackle that question, everyone, if you put in a link to the survey, if you can please fill that out, that would be very helpful for us to understand what we do well and what we can improve on. Yasu, I have a question here where it says, is there another place where you can see a demonstration of the tool in action?
Sorry, and yes, so the demonstration to tools.
Yeah. Is there like do you have pretty much do you have another source where, or a different demonstration where you can see the tool in action?
Oh, yes, so and I so and yes, so here is the GitHub site of Tackle-DiVA. So and yes, so another example is here. Here is Data 7. And another yes, so another application is here. Spring Boot. So so yes, so I can show the another applications result. So and here is trade up application result. So and unfortunately, another application, trade up applications transactions are quite simple. So and you can see and just a box and that is and one API calls and one transactions. This case and please check the left side. And so this API is this handle trade controller deposit API, and it has one transaction that consists of select, update, select. So and DiVA can extract such transactions, but and only one DiVA's refactored unit is one transaction. There are no recommendation about the parallel refactoring part.
Okay, Yasu. So I have another good question, and Rama is saying, it seems like this what you showed today was very focused on the technical layer. Is there something that helps with the business layer, like business layer analysis? And here's one example that they gave. So how the transaction is related to day trade and which trade transaction is being performed.
Yes, thank you for nice questions. Yes, that is one of our next step. Like this case, we trace transaction from REST API point of view. Considering the business context, and we need to move to upper layer. That is beyond API. Such kind of business context level transactions. Of course, and Tackle-DiVA can do some of them. And Tackle-DiVA is not single tool. That is one of Konveyor Tackle family tools. So and you can see you can see and Tackle. So the Konveyor Tackle is several tools. So it is just beginning, and some tools will capture business context from another view. So and Tackle-DiVA will collaborate with such another Konveyor Tackle tools for business level transaction.
So essentially, Tackle-DiVA does not address the business context, but other parts of the Tackle tool will.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. And there's a follow-up question from Rama. Okay, so it's asking within the technical layer, how detailed does it get? Does it provide, like very detailed data flows, control flows, call maps, architecture, etc.?
Yes. So we check on the control flows and library. Yes, we use an WARA library in Java. So and so the Java language has some useful source code analysis library. WARA, WARA is one of them. So and WARA can capture control. So the low level of control flow in Java applications. Then Tackle-DiVA's leverage WARA's result in order to focus on data flow. So we are planning to publish Tackle-DiVA technical documentations. So and the incoming technical documentation describes Tackle-DiVA's architecture and insight. So how to trace, control data, and so how to extract transactions. Because so it is not straightforward to extract this kind of transaction by just using WADA. We used some technique.
Okay. And Rama has a couple more follow-up questions. Really good questions, Rama. So the first question is, does it provide a full mapping, like like a Google map?
Sorry, could you
Does
repeat it?
does it provide a full mapping, like a Google map, for example?
Google Map?
Or does it provide a full mapping of like all the architecture for your
Sorry, and
application?
yeah, so the application is the application is focused on the Java. So J3 application right now.
But it does provide like a full map. And I guess
Sorry.
another question that they asked is, does this tool cover more than Java, like other languages outside of Java, or is it only Java applications?
Only Java.
Only Java. Is there for the future, is there any plans to address any other languages?
Um, uh, no, no concrete plans right now because this Tackle-DiVA depends on Java Java library, WADA library for code level analysis. So in order to support other language, Python or C Sharp, we yeah, so the we so the we will have to use yet another library, and uh, uh, it is yet another tool. For example, Tackle-DiVA for C Sharp and so on.
Okay, thank you. So I think that's all the questions. Jerry, I did see your questions about the slides. I will send out the slides and recording by next day or two to the mailing list and also to the LinkedIn page in case that's where you're registered. So I'll send everything out there. Are there any more questions, guys? I don't see anything else. All right, so I think that's it. Thank you everyone for attending. Yasu, thank you so much for taking the time to present. I know it's late over there in Japan. All right,
Thank you very
everyone.
much.
Until next time. Bye.
Yes. Thank you.